There are different ways to pull out this report. Yeah. Now,
Your voice is breaking.
let's say there are 5 to 6 managers are there. There will be
Hello?
some hierarchy. Hello.
Your voice is breaking.
How about others?
Completely
Bro,
getting
same.
stopped in middle.
Hello. Am I audible?
Hello?
శ్రీనివాస్ అది కాదు నువ్వు నిన్నదే ఇష్యూ వస్తుంది. నువ్వు మాట్లాడుతున్నావు ఫ్లోలో వెళ్ళినప్పుడు అది కట్ అయిపోతుంది. అది మళ్ళీ దాని తర్వాత నీ ఏ తర్వాత బి వస్తలేదు, కానీ దాని తర్వాత మళ్ళీ ఆల్ఫాబెట్స్ తర్వాత ఆల్ఫాబెట్స్ వస్తున్నాయి.
ప్రాబ్లము.
లేదంటే జూమ్ కానీ వేరే
ఒక్క నిమిషం ఉండు,
తీసుకుందాం.
నేను మొబైల్లో జాయిన్ అవుతా. ఇప్పుడు క్లియర్ ఉందా?
ఎక్కువ వస్తుంది.
ఇప్పుడు క్లియర్ ఉందా?
రైట్.
ఓకే. So we were discussing like how to create a purchase order, right? So before creating a purchase order, we'll explain what all options are there here. See, assuming that in your company there is an structure. I mean, for example, if there are multiple hierarchy level to approve the purchase orders, like depending on the reason or amount, or you can create as per your as per the company requirement. So in such scenarios, the workflow can be created. We'll discuss in a separate topic how to create a workflow, how to give hierarchy level, all those things. And then in the purchase orders, this is related to sales order related for intercompany transactions. And this is all about the credit note and the prepayment. We haven't discussed about the prepayment and all, so we'll see that later. So all these will be enabled once you click on the new purchase order. Now we'll try to create a new purchase order. Yeah. So let's say if you are not registered any vendor and it's a one-time supplier, you're not going to deal with him regularly. So for such scenarios, can someone go on mute? I think someone has unmuted.
Srinivas, what are you showing on the screen? I can see some standard view. I don't think screen
Standard
sharing
view.
is happening real time. Can anyone
Create purchase order.
No.
Now create purchase order form has been opened.
Workflow purchase order purchase. Can you move the mouse or something?
Create purchase order. I have opened create purchase order form.
No, I don't think screen froze.
Right. How about now?
Now we can view
Create
your
purchase
screen.
order.
We can view.
Can you see create purchase order?
No. I think I'll drop and then join again.
How about others? Can someone confirm which screen are you able to see? I have opened create purchase order
Yeah,
screen.
create purchase order
Yes.
only.
Okay, then Santosh, you can try to rejoin. Now can you see create purchase order form?
Yeah. No, it's
Okay. So I was telling if you are dealing with one-time supplier, you will have to select this one. And then assuming that we are going with the vendors list, which we have already created. See, okay. Since I have enabled this one, vendor account has been already created, so I do not want to go with this one. Yeah. So we have created vendor, right? We'll go with the Wipro one. And the contact number, we haven't given any contact number. Let all these fields remain same. And the purchase order number has been created here. Also select the storage dimensions. So storage, storage, we'll be having different kinds of, multiple types of dimensions. So dimensions is nothing but, anyways, we'll be discussing financial dimensions in GL topic. But to make you to understand, simple dimensions will help you to understand, like from where this product, for example, if you're receiving these products from vendor, that is Wipro, to which warehouse you are going to ship these products, or if there are different sites. So in order to identify different sites, warehouses, you can create multiple such warehouses or sites. So dimensions is nothing but a location or something to identify. So you can create different types of dimensions. See here, we have got a lot of sites are there for distribution, home production. We'll select distribution site, and then warehouse. See, there are a lot of such warehouses are there. So we'll think it is not enabled for this particular. See, while creating vendor itself, you can give what site and what warehouse is applicable for this vendor. So we'll try to select the not Wipro. We'll go for the other vendor. Yeah. So even for this also it is showing the same thing. We'll select any one warehouse or here. Yeah. And the invoice account, the even this will be created by default. If you want to change, you can select. Anyways, see, most of the fields while creating the vendor, whatever you have given, right, all those details will be picked up here. Accounting date, delivery date. If you want to edit, you can give that one. If it is intercompany related, then you have to enable intercompany related, then it will be applicable. So buyer group, if you want to give who is, the person who is creating the purchase order, you can select their name here. Let's say if you're into accounts payable team, and if you're creating the purchase order, you can select your name here. Yeah, that's all. And if,
The
if there is any requester, huh?
when we create vendor, there only I think we should select it as an intercompany or not, no? Because here it is not highlighted.
I intercompany related, first we'll have to configure few things are there. So
Okay.
later this will be enabled. Anyway, they
Okay.
will discuss that intercompany related in a separate module. It's a separate topic. How to create a purchase order, how to create a sales order. Let's say you will be having two sister companies, or like 2 3 companies, right, subsidiary companies. So if you want to create an internal purchase order and also sales order, there's a different process that we'll discuss later. So these are few mandatory fields. That's all. It's simple. Just select the vendor account. Address will be picked up, and then select the warehouse and store site related. That's all. Click on OK. Yeah. Even these details are not mandatory. If you have anything, you can update here. Okay. Now let me select the item number. Under purchase order lines, you have to select the product which you're going to, which product you are expecting from this vendor. So let's say I'm placing an order for Surface Pro 128 GB. See, in the next class, we'll be discussing how to create these purchase orders, everything. These products. This is a separate topic, like product management. We'll be discussing how to create purchase products, how to release those products, what are the different stages, all those things. See, the site warehouse by default it is showing, because initially while creating the vendor itself, we selected the vendor, right? And the site and warehouse. And the quantity, let's say we'll go for the 10 quantity. of this particular product. The unit price is 899. The net amount is 8,990.
Unit price will be picked up automatically.
Here, we have created the product, right? So while creating the product list itself, we will give the what is
Okay,
the,
okay,
there are different variants, if there are different sizes or anything, all those details will be, and the prices, everything will be updated over there.
okay.
Only quantity, if you want, you can edit here. Yeah. And about this purchase order line drop down, let's say you have any support document that needs to be attached for this particular purchase order, you can click on the document here. Attachments is there, right? Click on the attachments.
శ్రీనివాస్, ఇప్పుడు
Uh,
మనం ప్రోడక్ట్ క్రియేట్ చేసేటప్పుడు ప్రైస్ అలొకేట్ చేస్తున్నా అంటున్నావు. సో ఆ ప్రైస్ మళ్ళీ చేంజ్ అవ్వచ్చు కదా ఇన్ ఫ్యూచర్?
అవన్నీ మళ్ళీ డిస్కషన్స్. Assume that products are already there. We are just creating a purchase order. So forget about products creation. Most of the times we don't involve that. Supply chain management team, they'll do all those things. So if you have any attachments like supporting documents, you can upload these documents. You just click on new. If there is any file, image, note, website link or anything, you can attach this one. For the timing, let's just ignore this one. So assuming that there are already a lot of products are there in our warehouse, so we are just creating a purchase order. Okay. So under line details, there are different fields are there. Even these fields, most of the fields are grayed out. So whichever it is mandatory and required, those fields will have to focus on. Setup, let all these be remain same. Address, there is no change here. Product, the product dimensions. Let's say for example, for this particular product, Surface Pro is here, right? If there are different configurations, size, color, style, all these things will be updated while creating the product itself. Tracking dimensions. See, as I mentioned, we can create different types of dimensions, right? Like product dimensions, tracking dimensions, storage dimensions. So it will help you to identify where exactly this product. See, most of these are will help. For example, Amazon is there, Flipkart is there. They'll be having a very big warehouses, right? So in order to track where is a product, that's the reason they will create all such product dimensions, tracking dimensions, storage. So the moment they see this purchase order, right, immediately they will go to this batch number, where is it located. So it's like that. Delivery related information, if you have anything, you can add here. So direct delivery, that concept will discuss later. That comes in SCM related only. So direct delivery is nothing but let's say you don't have any uh, stock, so you're directly sending it to the product from the different vendor. You're just collecting the amount. In such cases, you can select the direct delivery status. That's a different process. This is about the picking. Barcodes will be there, right, in any warehouses for each and every product. If you have anything barcode related, you can update here. Price and discount. If there is any discount for that particular product, you can update. Let's say you were dealing with multiple projects. If you want to allocate this particular purchase order to any of this specific project, then you can update here. Anyways, even that is also different module, project management accounting. I think even this also related to that one only, package or anything. Variance, foreign trade. If you're dealing any foreign transactions, then you can update all those details. Fixed assets also different module. So there are different ways to acquire any new fixed asset, right? So one is through purchase order. 1099. Even this information is not mandatory. Financial dimensions, yes, it is important. If in case if you are, let's say you have got multiple business units, see here, home is there, auto, IT, consulting, electronics. Let's say your company is dealing with all, your company has all these, different business units. and if you're supplying this particular office supplies for any particular business unit or cost centers department, you can select this one. Let's say you're supplying this, you're ordering this office supplies for marketing campaign, then you can select this marketing campaign. So while pulling a report of this particular marketing campaign, right, then you should be able to see what all expenses they have incurred, everything. So for such reasons, we'll be creating the financial dimensions. Loads, even loads is also something related to all transport related. If you have anything, all of these details will be updated here. This is just for your information. So most of these fields will be, used by the SCM team only. All right. So once you're, confirmed with all the details, and we'll go to the purchase here. So under generate and actions, there are two types of confirmations are there. So you can either select this confirmation or confirm. See, most of the, I'll later explain what is the difference. Like generate and actions. If there are some workflow related or anything, assume that we'll just go with the confirmation, the normal confirmation. And there's one more option here, proforma confirmation. See, proforma confirmation is nothing but if you're creating a proforma purchase order, that means it will not have any legal obligation or any legal terms or anything. Just like we can call it as a dummy PO. So if you're creating a dummy PO for any reason it may be, then you can click on a purchase confirmation. So we'll go for the direct confirmation. Click on this one. Yeah. So again, there are a lot of fields are there here. Posting, yes. We have the purchase order what we are creating. There will be a financial impact also, right? For that purpose, by default, it will be enabled, yes. If you select the proforma purchase order confirmation, this will be disabled. Print, let it be current only. If there is any credit limit, you can give that limit here. And this is all about the purchase order date, terms of payment. So we'll give today's date and the terms of payment. So if there is any terms of payment, you can give that one. Let me not give anything, or you can give whatever you want. And click on OK. Yeah. So now it is confirmed. So what is the next step? See, we have just created the PO and confirmed. So there's no journal entry here. So and the next step, you will be receiving goods from the vendor, right? So where will you receive your goods? You will be receiving these goods to your warehouse. So whenever you receive any goods, obviously you're supposed to pay to the vendor. So whenever, but here we are not paying immediately. So again, there will be steps followed, right? You'll have to, inspect the goods. You'll have to cross check with the PO how many goods are there. Or, I mean, whether the ordered quantity is matching with the GRN or not. If they are receiving in a multiple shipments, so there are a lot of such scenarios going to happen. So obviously, whenever you receive a goods, even though you're not paying, you're obliged to pay, right? If not today, tomorrow you were supposed to pay as per the terms and conditions that you entered with an agreement with the vendor. So in such scenarios, obviously, financial or books of accounts also will be impacted because there is an increase in the asset here. So if you are receiving a goods from the vendor, there obviously there will be an increase in the asset, right? In your books of accounts, whenever there is an increase in the asset, obviously there will be some consideration. So you cannot show that consideration as a zero or something like that. So for that purpose, there will be a temporary account or so one journal entry has to be passed over here. Increase in the asset, or it will debit, and the credit we'll have to give a separate account. So those journal entries we'll discuss it later, but assume that these steps are important. Like while creating the purchase order, there is no journal entry. When you are receiving a GRN, there will be a journal entry. That is only because there is an increase in the asset. And the next step, invoice. So is you have confirmed that we have received some goods, whatever we have ordered. So once you confirm to the vendor, he will be sending an invoice. Invoice will have the amount, everything. And also it's like a confirmation that you are supposed to pay the amount for the products that you have received. So this is where the journal entries will be impacted here. So we'll have to receive the goods right in your warehouse. So go to the receive, and if you observe here, even the process like purchase order confirmation, receive GRN, and the next step is invoice. It is in the serial order. Purchase order confirmation, GRN, and invoice processing. Now under receipt, we have a generate, right? Click on the product receipt. So again here under parameters, we have got multiple products here under quantity. Depending on the requirement, let's say your purchase order quantity is 1,000 rupees, 1,000 quantity, and they are sending in 10 shipments of 100 each. So you can select like product receipt quantity because you are not receiving the entire 1,000 quantity, right? That is the order quantity. In such scenarios, you can select the product receipt quantity. So these two are most commonly used, and the rest of the options are there. You can explore more details about that one. So order quantity and the product receipt quantity are the most commonly used. Yes, posting. Yes, we need financial impact for this particular one. The print product receipt, let it be this one. If there is any credit limit, you can update here. And we'll be issuing a product receipt number, right? As a proof. Let's use some 500 or something. Okay. So product receipt date. The GRN or PRN. So don't get confused, both are same. Document date. Let me give today's date. Terms of payment we have not given. See, these are purchase order lines. If you see here, this is a product receipt one. This one you are going to issue based on the confirmation after inspecting the products. This is a purchase order. It is asking you to check with the purchase order. In the purchase order, we have ordered the 2 quantity, right? Sorry, 10 quantity. So let's say if you are receiving only 1 minute, we should get an option here to edit for. Okay, assume that you are receiving all the ordered quantity here. So that scenario we'll again discuss. So assume that we have ordered 10 quantity, right? You said you're receiving all the 10 quantity. So you'll have to cross check the purchase order quantity and the GRN, the as per the PRN, is it same or not? Can you see here? All the details are shown updated here. Now click on OK. See, there are a lot of fields are there like purchase order line, view charges, all those things. Most of the details are right. So this is what we are discussing is the basic purchase order. But if you explore each and every option, you will get to know a lot of things are there. Since we have enabled a print advice, right? So it is generating a print advice. Yeah. So this is a product receipt. So it will be a source document for you as a reference document. So we have ordered 10 quantity and we have received the 10 quantity here. So remaining quantity showing as a 0. So you'll be issuing this document to the warehouse team.
So
The
this is
warehouse team.
GRN receipt.
PRN or GRN both are same.
Okay.
See, GRN or PRN. In SAP, they'll call it as a GRN, right? It is most
Yes.
commonly used. Here, we'll call it as a PRN. That's all. So, what is the next step? We have received the goods, and then immediately we have sent confirmation also to vendor, right? So he'll be issuing an invoice with all the details. So the moment you receive an invoice, you'll have to register that invoice in our details, right, in our records. Then click on the next step, that is invoice. Also, can you see here the status has been changed here, updated to received. Earlier it was different. It should be some pending or something. So you have just confirmed that you have received the goods. So received and confirmed. Now go to invoice. Under generate, there is an invoice here. Click on invoice. So there will be a unique invoice number, right? So let's say, let me give the PRN itself. And it will show you the PRN number as well, because this link we are directly creating an invoice from purchase order process only, right? So by default, it will show the product receipt. Yeah. Can you see here? The purchase order has been picked up, and these are the details with regards to the products that you have ordered and received both. So we'll call it as a three-way matching. If you remember, even that also we'll discuss, like two-way matching policies, three-way matching, how to configure that and everything. So this is just we are comparing with our purchase order. Purchase order number is 128, right? And this is a PRN. So we are comparing the details of purchase order, PRN, and invoice. So let me just give invoice description as a surface protest. And if you have any other details like posting date, due date, see due date has been calculated because initially while creating the vendor itself, if they have given any due date, the terms of payment. So based on that, it is picked here. And also observe this one. Now the match status is updated as a not performed. Yeah. And these details are not mandatory. Any which ways, all these details will be similar to previous while creating the purchase order itself. So once you're clear with the invoice number, everything, now click on the product receipt to match product receipts. See, it is asking match product receipt to invoice. That is, you are comparing that PRN or GRN to the invoice. These details are related to PRN. These details are related to invoice. You have received an invoice copy from your vendor. So in your PRN, it is showing as you have received that 10 quantity, and even in the invoice also, it is showing as a 10 quantity. Now click on OK. If you want to know details, you can click on totals here. It will show you all details, like what is the currency that you are ordering, if there are any discounts, what is the total amount, cash discount date, if it is applicable, prepaid, if you have prepaid for this particular purchase order, you can see all these details, sales tax, charges, everything. Now click on close. Now click on the update match status. You confirmed, right? As per the invoice, as per the PRN and PO, all these three are matching. Now click on update match status. Can you see it? The status has been changed to past. So once you're clear with all the details, you can click on post.
So this is invoice posting through PO, right?
Yes, invoice posting through PO. I think it is throwing an error. I'm not sure why. think yesterday also it was throwing an error because but this is standard process. Anyway, now it is throwing an error that is not confirmed, but this is standard process. Just go to purchase and then receive an invoice. If you click on the invoice, by default, it has to be confirmed. We can create one more purchase order by selecting any other vendor. That's not a problem. Or else I can show you the purchase order has already created purchase orders one. You can try in your system if it is throwing an error or not, because even if it is throwing an error, it should show the reason as well. It is not even showing the reason. Example, we'll go to we'll open any invoiced one. See, after posting an invoice, under this generate invoice will be grayed out, and this will be enabled here. And the status also will be updated, invoiced, and confirmed. That's all. So do you have any doubts here? How to create a standard purchase order? Hello? You can unmute yourself and respond. Hello, are you there?
ఓకే ఒకసారి ప్రాక్టీస్ చేస్తే ఇంకా డౌట్స్
Standard purchase order practice చేస్తే చాలు. సంతోష్, సిద్ధార్థ్. హలో సిద్ధార్థ్, ఉన్నావా? Mazhar?
Yes, Srinivas. Can hear.
Yeah. So you can unmute yourself and you can speak.
Yeah, sure.
Ritesh, ఉన్నావా? పర్చేజ్ ఆర్డర్స్ క్రియేట్ చేయండి సింపుల్. జనరల్ ఎంట్రీ ఇంపాక్ట్ అనేది మళ్ళీ మనము నెక్స్ట్ క్లాస్లో చూద్దాం ఒకసారి.